Hello everyone, this is Maxi Flair here. So you can call me Maxi, just to the one person who's gonna watch this. Probably no one's gonna watch this, but I just wanted to start off the channel with like something that I enjoyed. I originally wanted to start off with like doing Tears of the Kingdom, but I felt like I didn't want to give a fake reaction. I would like like those fake YouTubers and all that. So I wanted to give my thought on the timeline, on the Zelda timeline. I just finished Tears of the Kingdom right now, and it was amazing, wonderful game. I love it. It's definitely gonna be a game of the year contender. But let's see how other games release, because Spider-Man 2 is looking pretty nice. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Zelda timeline. So like, I won't edit this video with like a bunch of like all videos of Ganondorf or what's going on in the game, because I don't want to like spoil anything. I will go into extremely light spoilers that have like been in the trailers, which would be the timeline. So because in the timeline we know that Ganondorf is sealed. We already know that he breaks out of his seal. But the one thing we found out about the game is like this takes place right after, like after Hyrule Kingdom is like becomes a kingdom. So because this is like after it becomes a kingdom, basically Ganondorf is under Hyrule Castle this whole entire time. So because he is like under the castle and sealed away, no importa, it doesn't matter which timeline he is, there should always be a Ganondorf under the castle. At least this is my theory. So it's like I feel like this is how Nintendo was like, this is how we're gonna connect the timeline. Okay, so it's like we connect them all. That explains Doritos, the Zoras, the Koroks still being like in the same world, and like the explanation over like the three different like how there's so much of like in Breath of the Wild, how we found out like so much about like three different timelines, like how there was so much evidence supporting why Breath of the Wild would take place in that specific timeline. So it's like with this game, it later with the Ganondorf being sealed under Hyrule Castle, I believe this just confirms, or like at least to me, that's how I see it. I could be completely wrong. I could be just talking out of my ass, but like it's interesting because that's what I was thinking about while I was playing this game, is like how this much could affect, because spoilers, major spoilers right now. Zelda does go back in time, so she goes from right after Breath of the Wild, she goes back and she should be like right after the establishment of Hyrule Kingdom and right before the Minish Cap ever takes place. So it's like, so here is where like Ganondorf would be sealed. So he would still be under Hyrule Castle in the Minish Cap, under Hyrule Castle in Four Swords, and under Hyrule Castle in Ocarina of Time. So in Ocarina of Time, there's two different Ganondorfs. One that is sealed and the one that you obviously fight against. But anyways, because Ganondorf is under the kingdom, he should technically be under the kingdom in every single one of these timelines, because this is obviously takes, so it's like in this game I feel like because of Ganondorf's awakening, he's awakening. I don't really know how to say it in English that well. I'm thinking of the word, but it just like left my head. I'm sorry about that. I'm not that good at English, but anyways, because of that, I believe like that is how Ganondorf's seal becoming undone. I feel like that's the way that they were like, okay, yeah, this is how everything connects to this is how everything connects to one timeline. So this would be interesting how things would go from here, because maybe there could be another timeline happening where there's like the timeline split as well before Breath of the Wild, because like with the Age of Calamity game, I don't remember if it's canon or not, but if it is canon, that could technically be like, oh, now there's two timelines, right? The Age of Calamity timeline and the Breath of the Wild timeline. So it's like they like come make one and then it spreads into two. But if that game isn't canon, which I'm not sure, I haven't checked. I don't remember. I think I've heard people say that it was, and some people say that it doesn't, that it isn't. But yeah, this was just interesting to talk about. I just wanted to talk about this, see how people feel, the one person who's watching this feels. And yeah, leave a comment, because I believe that's how Ganondorf's being under the castle, I believe that's how basically the timelines connect back to one another. So yeah, tell me how you feel about this, how everyone's feels just about my theory. I don't really know if it's a theory. That could just be like the basic confirmation for like how everything connects to together. So yeah, subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell me how what you think of this or what your theories are on this game. So yeah, see you.